aside from that, your poem was not very good. You did have 10 extra seconds, which is almost twice as long as each of the other poets. And I believe that you should not be able to call yourself a poet.
I agree.
Because that was not poetry. That was not poetry like that. Not poetry. And I honestly think that you should be kicked off right now. In fact, can we skip the judging or can we just kick him off?
I think we need to deliberate. We need to deliberate.
Okay.
I want my input in it.
You'll probably lose. You'll probably lose. But we will go through the whole judging process.
Let's keep watching. That's not for sure.
You have a
All right, Billy. Come on. Your turn.
Mr. William.
Lorelai,
yes.
what did you think?
Pay attention.
Oh, yeah.
Lorelai. Heinrich's.
Lorelai?
Yeah, what was it? What were your thoughts on that?
Which one was... yes.
It's the one about the mythical between creatures.
The bad one. The awful one.
The one with the
no,
lovely named Lorelai.
Now, you had an entire 25 seconds, and this is what you wrote.
So do not.
Sounds good.
What were you doing in those 25 seconds?
All right, I think we're ready
Absolutely all.
to deliberate. Thank you.
You just don't have what it takes.
Thank you, Heinrich.
I'm sorry.
All right, we're gonna deliberate, and we will call you back when we've made our decision. Thank you.
Keep me those full papers.
I will. All right, judges, let's get down to it. We gotta get some eliminating done. All right, let's talk about Robert Lowell. How do you think he did this week?
Well, first of all,
enjoyed
not a very
it.
good-looking man. No.
With those ears.
Yeah.
What is
That
that?
honey was
That was a good. I
doggy.
Woof woof. What are nobody's
It was a dog.
Yeah, I just. But really, his poem though, I thought it was well written, especially in the limited time he had to write it. I think he did really well. What was your?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Well, first of all, he as despite what I told him, I do believe that it was a very good poem, and I know that it was representative of his time in Maine, as he told us, and
Yeah.
he did mention in before that many of his poems are about New England. New England, I do love New England. Those Red Sox are not my favorite, but the rest of New England, yes. However, and the imagery is actually splendid.
Yeah.
And his winter in the Spartan College, her sheep still graze above the sea. Her sheep in Maine, which is, there's clearly not many sheep left in Maine because
Right.
it's a long time ago.
Yeah.
And his village, it seems like it's from so long ago. However, it eventually gets modern day when it talks about the LL Bean catalog and his,
I like that part.
Yes.
Me too.
Thank you. And his Tudor Ford, yes. And see, what I believe this poem means is that it starts off very, towards the sea, and it talks about how beautiful the homes are and how wonderful life is out there, but then it moves inland and towards the mountain, Blue Hill.
Right.
Those red rusty stain, the red fox stain. And then he says that he is on the hill in his car watching those young lovers in their cars. And the line of the song that he hears on the radio, Love, Oh Careless Love, which at first does not sound too bad, but I have heard that song, and I know that the next line is something about careless love makes you want to kill yourself and your lover too. And he's talking about the dangers.
Of love, right.
The dangers of careless love. Love is wonderful, but careless love is deadly.
I've never heard that song.
Oh,
Me
okay.
neither.
I plan to.
Okay.
Yeah, we should listen to that.
I too.
So anyway, then he goes on to talk about his skunks that come on behind his house in the middle of the night in their red eyes with red fire. And that imagery is just so vivid. Imagine standing outside your back porch and just seeing two skunks. No, I'm sorry. A skunk and her little kittens go inside your garbage pail. And there's nothing you can do because they're skunks.
Oh, they scare
Exactly.
I like how
Yes, they smell.
you don't
Quite
expect
true.
the title. You don't really understand how it ties in until the very end, but he ties it in nicely.
Exactly. And I think by the Skunks, he's talking about how they will not scare, and they're so adamant. And I just think that is splendid imagery, and
I think he's a keeper this week. I
He
think
did wonderful.
he's a wonderful
I
speaker.
think
I'm
he
sure he
did
does
really
those
well.
practices.
Yes, I agree.
How now, brown cow?
Yeah.
He must do
I know he
that.
does that.
I think
I do those myself. For
I think
And it works.
yeah.
my thanks.
Every
You are
great.
fabulous.
I do it in front of my
I
pet.
think that every
giraffe,
great
Mickey.
orator has. Done the How Now Brown Cow.
How now, brown cow?
Every great
All
orator.
right. I think that Robert Lowell is a
It's interesting. He's a strange
keeper.
boy,
He's a
but,
Yes.
strange boy,
but he can definitely whip out some good poetry.
but he can. That he can.
think
I like his
agree- I
style.
agree with that.
Sticky.
He is not a very good-looking man.
All right. Let's move on.
No.
Let's move on. All right. Octavio Paz. I thoroughly enjoyed his poem this week.
He was very nice.
That was a good
nice.
poem, and I like the subject matter. No
I-
more cliches.
Yeah, I thought it was really deep, and I really enjoyed how he, talked about, he brought up the cliches, and he started off, and you think it's gonna be this cliche poem, love poem, like, you're so beautiful, and all that, and then he turns it, and he, starts talking about women's beauty, and their beauty is their charm, and is in their intelligence and all that stuff, and I really liked it. I liked the allusion he made to Dante and Dante Inferno with
Dante.
Beatrice,
That's great.
the divine love.
Yes,
I
that's
thought-
splendid.
Yeah, I thought that was really,
Quite splendid indeed.
really, really good. I thought I think his diction and could have been a little more. I don't want to say verbose, but he could have. But he's Mexican. I mean, he doesn't speak the language natively.
That's very
He
true.
doesn't know.
So
You're right.
It is very nice. It is a great poem. I do believe he and Shahrazad is a interesting word.
what does that mean?
Shahrazad.
Shahrazad.
Can we look that up?
You should look that up.
Okay, we'll do that later.
We'll do that. Shahrazad. Something about waking up. I don't know. I liked it. I thought it was really insightful, and it just showed how deep he is a person, and I truly appreciate that.
It was wonderful.
And his talking about magazines, and which made it more modern. It made it because he's kind of an old guy. He's an old dude, old man.
He can still be hip.
That he
Obviously.
can, obviously. I think this poem is pretty straightforward. I mean, I don't think there's a lot of symbolism, but I think I like it better because of it. I think, I don't know, I really enjoyed it. What did you think? What did you guys think? What were your...
I enjoyed it
Yeah?
very much.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
I do believe Octavio, he has some aura about him that
Yeah.
makes him likable. And this poem is absolutely wonderful, and I do think that he should move on.
I agree. What about you, Billy?
Yes, I agree with that. I think that Octavio has a lot of potential in this competition.
Alright.
That he does.
Alright, let's move on to Edna.
Edna.
Alrighty. I think I liked this, but I thought it was a little reserved about this poem. I'm not crazy about it. I don't really love the rhymey thing. I mean,
Those are right.
personally,
I understand that how she made
It
it
makes
work.
it a little fun though.
I think it made it
it,
work.
it does. It makes it a little fun.
I do believe she made it work in this.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
And
It's
I love
very-
the subject matter of being stalked.
That is
Love
fun.
the bass
I love
stuff.
beans.
It's very
Beans are
tongue in
tasty.
cheek.
Yes.
Very tongue in cheek. I like it. I don't know. I feel like it is a ginormous just metaphor for, the gender issues and such, like the difference between men and women in society. Especially at the end when